welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today I'm going to be giving a quick update on NIO. And what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be assessing how far is this drop going to go down, why it has dropped down even though the news is out there already, and what would be my entry point if I'm not in it, and what would be my course of action if I'm in the stock. So, first things first, we're going to be doing quick technical analysis. Before we do so, make sure you subscribe and turn your notifications on, and drop a like. It helps my channel grow. So, first things first, you get to see the 1 month, 1 day here. The MACD has gone negative today after the drop, and you can see that it kind of was on a positive trend for quite a bit until yesterday. The day before, it has seen a little bit of decrease since the 13th, and is going in more of a downtrend. The next thing here you get to see is that the willing percent R is putting it at oversold. Now, this stock hasn't seen oversold for quite a bit, like literally back since end of June. That was before that rally. In terms of the average directional index, is incredibly too high for my liking. Although we need to look into the 1 hour perspective, there's still good news here. The first good news here is you get to see that it's in trading action zone. What's a trading action zone? It's where reversals are likely between the 10 SMA and the 30 EMA. So that looks amazing. It just gives me a little bit of indication that there could be a reversal here sometime soon. And I'll try to identify where I would think the reversal is more likely at. I know Goldman Sachs gave it $7, but I'll kind of show into why I think that might not be the deal. So going in a little bit towards the averages, you get to see the 10 SMA is still above the 30 SMA, and the price is still above the 50 SMA and the 200 SMA. That's the purple and blue line here. Now we're going on to the 5 days, 1 hour period. We get to see here through the 5 days, 1 hour period, that the stock here on the MACD is actually gone quite from negative towards a little bit positive. But if we look a little bit closer here, what we're going to be seeing is that kind of decrease, that kind of reversal that is more likely happened really took place in the last hour following the extended market. So there's little to no action there that has happened. The stock price fell under the 50 SMA and the 200 SMA on the 1 hour scale today, or in the last trading action. Look into the stock price, it's under the VWAP, so that's all bearish signs. 30 EMA is above the 10 SMA, once again bearish, but I kind of expected this after the news kind of came out, especially with the Tesla dropping in a few days ago. Taking a quick look here, you get to see the average directional index is sitting in around 39, which is fine for me. The stock is going in a little more neutral in the after hours, but I would still consider it to be oversold. In terms of momentum, the stock is losing a little bit of momentum. Just a quick note, make sure you watch my full DD description on long term in the description below. That would cover in why I think this one is a nice long hold. Now going in towards the moving averages here, you get to see the moving average band. The stock is touching into the into the top half of the moving average. I don't expect it to drop down below. But in case it does, that kind of band is sitting somewhere around $9.20 in terms of the bottom of it, even though I don't think it's going to drop that way. Now going on towards, first of all, I'll do the 1 month, 1 day patterns. And what I get to see here is an upside down cup. Now that is a bearish pattern, but I wouldn't consider it of very much significant at this point, especially since the drop was caused by Tesla dropping a little and then Goldman Sachs. So for right now, I'll just consider it basically non-existent in that point. And that kind of PR as well has caused a creation of almost the head and shoulders, where this is the head and this is the shoulder, which is a bearish pattern, to form. And that was due to, as well, again, the report. Now let's try to find where the supports are and where I would enter. So right now, it really tested the support at 1030. Goldman Sachs had reiterated their price target to be around $7, which basically diminishes the entire run it has run from $7 to $16.44. So I in no way think this is going to go to $7. It's just my opinion, especially with stocks like this that has high potential. A little bit of people are looking for long-term investment in this. I think that it has found a support in 1030, and in the next few days, if I'm not holding this, if I don't have an entry in this, I would consider an entry a few days after this kind of accumulates in somewhere between 1030 and 1148. And what you want to check here is you want to check that it doesn't drop below the 1030 during the next day. And you can also look a little bit into the moving averages as I expected. If that kind of changes around, you might want to hold this. The next kind of drop there would be somewhere around 921. I would consider an entry somewhere close to 1030 to 920, even though I don't think it's going to drop that way, but it's really safe to watch this and accumulate for a little, as I'm looking for a long-term entry. And if you're thinking why I would do so, you can see it in the comments below in the description. Now going on quickly towards the news here, which I just reiterated a few times. Goldman Sachs reiterated the $7 price target and went from neutral to sell, and that's a 46% downgrade, but only seen a 16% drop, so it's still far off from the 7%. Nothing else other than that. In terms of institutional owners, they still have the 15 on the 15th, the last time someone bought around 16,250 shares on the 15th, and a bit before on the 14th. You had a little bit of selling as well, but that's not significant at all, as I mentioned in my last video. Nothing new here that we're looking at very much. Thank you very much. What do you think about this stock? Make sure you mention it down in the comments below. Again, share, subscribe, and like, and you help my channel grow. And have a wonderful day.